Hello, this is Bridget Round with Divine Essentials. Okay guys, so the other day I did the video for the Procyon Starseeds and I forgot to talk about one of the main things with them because I had put out a list for myself to be like, oh yeah, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to do the main one that I thought I wouldn't forget because I didn't put it on the list. So the one of the first things I remember even like hearing about them was that they're like the sexy Alcyone Pleiadian energy, and I feel like these types of people, if you have Procyon energy, you may come off as very magnetic. You may come off as somebody that is desirable. There may even just be an essence around you, and I know that there are certain markers that can be within the natal charts too for that. If you were to look into, like, I think, what's her name? The blonde there, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe and another blonde, the one that passed away, that she had done, like, risque stuff. I can't remember, Anna Nicole Smith. They had some starseed markings, and they had this specific marking that was tied into being like a sex symbol. And I feel like those who have Procyon energy are going to have a similar frequency to that. If you wanted to look into that, I would probably just Google like starseed markings and then look for, like, sex appeal, or there's a whole other field when you go into the astrology stuff, because there's other things other than just the stars. There's a lot of meteors and things, like with Valentine's Day coming up, there's ones that are literally like Cupid, and wherever Cupid is, that's going to impact your love life and also your desirability. There's some for your body parts too, like what does this thing look like, or are they going to be packing some heat, are they going to be kind of mild in the bedroom, are they going to be spicy in the bedroom? So you can look into your astrology for you to get some confirmations on your starseed stuff, as well as figuring out those other things. But those other things can help us to confirm, like, these types of energies. So when I say, these Procyon starseeds, they're magnetic, they're charismatic, they're the sex symbols. They're going to be the ones that, people are drawn to and find attractive and be like, oh my God, you're so sexy. And on the flip side of that too, it could just be a lot of Venus energy. Venus is about romance, and wherever your Venus is within your chart will also help you to figure out what's important to you in love, how you behave in love, and all of those things. So I think that if you are somebody with Procyon energy, you may also carry within your natal chart things like that. Like, oh, this is, I have Venus connected to Taurus, which Taurus rules Venus, so it's like amplified. Also Libra would be amplified energy. But if it was in another one, it could be like, oh, this is more, like a secretive thing. Like they may have secret fetishes and stuff like that. But getting back to just Procyon, I feel like they're going to be kind of animalistic too in their behaviors, or in their flirtatious ways, okay? And they may be very flirtatious people. They may not be, like sleeping around with everybody, but they would probably be people that would be more so into learning tantric stuff and exploring that and having kundalini activation and wanting to explore those types of concepts, wanting to have a partner to explore with. They may be even more open to exploring open partnerships or different ways that it can manifest. They may also be people that are okay with being with both types of genders, and maybe even somebody that's kind of fluid within it, because a lot of the star seeds, there's like an androgynous energy up there for a lot of the energy. It's not like it's not very clear in some of them what's a man and what's a woman. So if you have starseed energies, you may be able to embody both of those roles very well and come off masculine or feminine, and you may be different in different relationships with people. I feel like starseeds are overall adapters anyways, like kind of just adapt to our surroundings. Like there's a man there, it's like you're gonna kind of adapt to that surrounding where there's a man present and act a certain way, express a certain way, speak a certain way, dress a certain way, as if there's women there. And again, that could also depend on your romantic interest with these people too. If you're interested in someone, you may put on the charm a little bit better, but the procyons are going to have the charm. Procyons are going to be desired. And that may even become a problem for you. You know, that could be something where you end up getting people who are too obsessive or too magnetically drawn to you. You know, people that don't want to give up, or, you know, have unhealthy ways of expressing it. So that could be something that a procyon struggles with, is finding that they're having like stalkers, or that they're having people just, you know, drawn to them. The other night when I drove for Uber, I made the mistake of thinking beforehand. I saw one of my cards come out, no need to wait, go out on a date. And I was like, just thought about it. And as I was driving, I dropped off my first guy, and I was like, maybe I am ready for a boyfriend. And every single drive that I had after that, almost every single drive that I had after that, was like this, you know, giving, some guy had his phone number ready for me. He wouldn't let me leave with the guy in the back, and he's like saying all this unnecessary stuff, and he's like winking, giving me his number. And then the last guy was very adamant that we needed to go on a date. He kept making me look at him. He's like, look at me. What, are you single? That was like just going off. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't want that. So even in that, you may be very able to manifest a relationship quickly if you're focused on that. If you want that, it's not going to be hard for you to get that, you know, like you're not going to be somebody that like, I just don't know who you're going to go out with. Like, you probably have a slew of people who would like to go out with you. And even if you don't take it up, or you don't acknowledge that, or don't feel that way, it's probably there, and other people would see it. And you may have an underlying kind of sense of that, but you may not, you know, like I don't take action on the knowing of that there's many men out there who want to date me. I know it, but I don't do anything about it. That's why I was like, maybe I'm ready for a boyfriend after 7 years of being single. I'm like, no, not if that's coming. Not if those things are showing up. And that to me also tells me that obviously I've got stuff to do if those are the things that are showing up. However, it was a Friday night and everyone was drinking. The last guy was like, I'll be more sober. I was like, more sober? You're never sober? So, you know, it was just kind of funny, but you may have things like that go on, and now that's stinging. So, you know, you may have a weirdness in love. There may be blocks in your love. Maybe I'll do that type of reading next. I just did one for the Be Creative You channel. It was like, what's blocking my 3D union? But what if you're single and you're like, what's blocking me from having someone to have a union with? We could do a reading for that. So yeah, I have private readings available on my website. I have decks, crystals, candles, sprays on Etsy. I think there's like a day left on the Etsy sale that I have going over there with my products. And the Munay Rites, Star Rites, and Womb Rite are all available together right now in a package for only $188. So if you've been wanting to do that, that's a huge, like the Munay was $333 before, and now that's included with the other 2 sets there. So if you want those, you're welcome to try them out, and join the group on Facebook for it. There's almost 1,000 members in there now, people who have been through the Munay and enjoy it. I didn't give them to everybody. Some of them came after receiving them with others, because a lot of other teachers don't continue on teaching or have like those guided meditations, or a community full of other people. I want to get people more interactive with it, but it's there, you know, and there's videos in there too about how to transfer the rights to others. The manuals are in there. The manuals are on my website. You get everything in the thing. Like, you get all the videos of me teaching it and of me transmitting the rights, and then you get the manuals and the like how to pass it on to other information and all of that. And I do have another course that I'm going to be bringing on here for shamanic stuff, and I've been working on another thing because I'm going to be starting the other channel for teaching all of this aspect of it, because I know there's a lot of people on here that want meditation, they want videos like this. They're not necessarily interested in starting a spiritual business. And then the people on the Be Creative You, they just are more pick a card. We're just going to do pick a cards there. That's all they want. So we're going to do pick a cards over there, and do the business stuff on the new Bridget Rao channel. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, it's all there in Munay. Namaste.